बड़ा romantic question आपने पूछा है.
Beautiful author like you, I'm sure you must have got that compliment a lot of time. That actually you're very pretty, you're very beautiful. कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि when you were in a room, your beauty spoke so much that your work got sabotaged?
बड़ा romantic question आपने पूछा है. But I mean, not on a less humorous note. I think sometimes it is a problem that women face.
Yeah, that's
when
why.
doing serious
That's why.
work,
That's
right?
why I asked that question.
Not just if you're beautiful or anything, but I think generally, like the world is gendered,
Yeah.
right? Obviously at the beginning I faced a problem not only with gender but also age. I was very young.
That was my second question.
I was 23 when I started writing, and a woman trying to make space for herself in a genre that is usually dominated by older men.
Yeah.
Now that's changed quite a bit.
A lot.
But when I was starting, it was very hard for people to take me seriously, also because I was writing about a very old thing,
Yeah.
about partition. And the first question that a lot of people would ask is, oh, आप दे रहे हैं हमें lecture?
Yeah.
आप बात कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, I was expecting someone older, or what would you know about that?
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of preconceived notions when you see women in spaces that they have not dominated in India. I mean, it's not the case outside, but I think that's changing here as well. I have a lot of young women historian friends that are doing excellent work.
Dominating our spaces. Hi, my name is Subhita. With me, I have beautiful Aanchal. We are on Red FM, Jaipur Literature Festival, mein jahan we are talking about books, love, romance, and a lot of things that people are not aware of. She's just 33, and like she said, ki 23 ki age mein you started writing in a space which was dominated at that point of time with older men. I'm sure you write about partition, a heavy topic, you know. You're writing about love stories or something like this. ठीक है, एक बार accepted है, 33-year-old. Have ever anybody asked you this question as to इतनी कम age में तुम्हें partition के बारे में क्या पता? Because I know you come from a family, the third generation. But has anybody asked you that
ये
question?
सवाल बहुत ज़्यादा common है मेरे साथ. It's very common, and I guess it's valid also. Why is someone so young writing about something so aged?
Yeah.
Especially if you have not lived it yourself. But I firmly believe that every generation has its own historians that need to interpret history in a way that we will understand it. तो मेरा काम है अपनी जनरेशन के लिए इतिहास लिखना, उनको समझाना कि इतिहास कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है हमारे लिए. खुद अपनी फैमिली में जाके सवाल पूछें, and I think it's very important for young people to do it so that other young people can follow suit. You know?
So you must have heard a lot of stories, a lot of memories about partition, a lot of them. One memory or one story that has just stayed with you. It's like it has stayed with you.
It's hard to pick just one, but I think maybe my grandmother's story, my own grandmother's story about how difficult it was for her single mother to come with 5 young children from the Northwest Frontier province. It took 2 days and 2 nights for her to come to Delhi.
Oh my God.
And then when she was in Delhi, they stayed with relatives. And 2 दिन के बाद उनके relatives ने कहा कि तुम इतने सारे बच्चों के साथ यहाँ पे आ गए हो, खाना नहीं है, पानी नहीं है इतना हमारे पास, resources नहीं है. And my great grandmother said, she's a very proud woman, she was a single mother for many, many years. She said, fine, I'm going. And on August 16, she went back to the railway station to go back to Pakistan to say that if this is how I'm going to be treated in this country, then I might as well go back. And people said, आप छोटे-छोटे बच्चों को वहाँ अपने साथ ले जा रहे हैं, वो कत्ल हो जाएगा बीच में. She says, that's okay, at least we'll be dying on our soil. And I think it was very hard for her to fathom that she may not be treated with respect in this new place. Thankfully, someone persuaded her to stay, and she stayed in India. My grandmother, 16-year-old, also stayed in India. But I never knew this story growing up. And I think when you come to know, because you know, your family is like the background of your life.
True.
और हमें लगता है कि हमें अपनी फैमिली के बारे में सब कुछ पता है. पर आप जब उनसे बात करते हैं, you find out extraordinary tales like this, but also tales of sacrifice and very trying circumstances that really change the way you look at them and the way you look at your own history.
You know, talking about family tales, I think we all should have, you know, you authors should make sure that you make one book where you have many tales and stories of kids from around the world, you know, from what they've heard from there. I'm sure that's going to become a very interesting book.
I hope so. I hope someone does it.
Yeah. So, have you ever thought that बहुत partition के ऊपर लिख लिया, कुछ light लिखते हैं? कभी सोचा आपने that you want to write something light?
सोचा था.
Then tried.
कोशिश भी करी थी. I was writing a novel for many years that just came out in December, and मुझे हमेशा लगा था कि it will be a light, sweet love story, and it turned out to be an incredibly heavy, dense book that
It ended up to be same.
but I cry every time I read it.
Okay.
मुझे बहुत लोग कहते हैं कि तुम्हारी कहानियाँ हमें रुलाती हैं, तो I don't know, maybe I'm just not a light person. Maybe it is time to
Accept the truth that
no, I was going to
intense.
say that हाँ शायद ऐसे ही है, हाँ ठीक है, it's okay. But I know that stories like this help other people come to terms with their history.
Right.
You know.
Right. So a lot of people do not associate with books. Books have their own niche crowd and audience.
Sure.
But films are something that everybody watches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No age bar, no
But
gender.
I think
nothing.
also books are limited to people who can afford them and
Yes.
people that are educated enough to
A little
read them.
luxurious.
Absolutely. And
Because
I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Of course.
So maybe अगर कल को फ्यूचर में आपकी किसी बुक को कन्वर्ट करते हैं into a film, so that it reaches a broader spectrum, and we ask कि you be the lead in that.
No, बिल्कुल नहीं. No, thank you. मुझे नहीं interest in सब चीज़ों में. I will happily be a part of the production process, but
Not going to act.
एक बार भी मैंने कैमरा को देखा नहीं है. मुझे I don't want it.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me. I'm much happier behind the scenes. Yeah.
So have you ever been to Pakistan?
Twice.
Yeah. You saw the place from where your great grandmother came?
No.
You didn't.
No, it wasn't there anymore. I went to Lahore where two of my grandparents came from. पर वो जगह जहाँ से वो थे अब नहीं है.
So भाग मिल्खा भाग जब देखी थी ना, उसमें होता है when he goes back to his roots and a lot of memories come back and a lot of things. When you went there for the first time, I'm sure you were not there, but did you feel something like, because you had heard so many stories?
I went with the knowledge that the house wouldn't be there. मुझे पता था क्योंकि जून 1947 में एक बहुत बड़ी आग थी जिसमें वो पूरा मोहल्ला जल गया था. तो मुझे पता था घर तो होगा नहीं. फिर भी लोगों की कहानियों में इतना कन्विक्शन होता है that you feel कि वहाँ जाके चलो नहीं. I was looking for something I knew didn't exist. But I feel like the power of memory is so strong that it makes you do things like that. वहाँ पाकिस्तान में जाके उनके मोहल्ले में जाके बार बार आस पास चलना again and again. लोग जो बैठे हैं आपकी शक्ल को देख के they know what you're there for. So after आधा पौना घंटा हो गया फिर लोग कहते हैं कि आप हिंदुस्तान से आए हैं, भारत से आए हैं, अपना घर ढूंढ रहे हैं. Because I think apparently it's evident on your face.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a beginning of your history? Are you looking for the end of their life there? Are you looking for
a closure?
Are you looking to reckon with something that you probably never will be able to reckon with? I don't know what I was looking for. I feel I just wanted to see. I wanted to touch. I wanted to feel. I wanted to be there. I wanted to say I was there and this is what it was like. And I walked on that soil with dignity,
So we know the intense Aanchal. I've been talking to you from last 4-5 minutes and I'm realizing that you're a very intense person. But on a lighter note, Aanchal loves movies.
I watch movies, yes.
One movie that you completely love, not about Partition, not any intense story, something which is very light. I will binge watch tomorrow.
Notting Hill. Light, love story.
Okay, one song that Aanchal completely loves and hums a lot of time, maybe even the shower.
Pasuri.
And you love it?
Yeah.
Okay, one food that Aanchal completely loves और जयपुर आने के बाद try किया अगर कुछ special.
जयपुर आने के बाद कुछ स्पेशल फिलहाल तो ट्राई नहीं करा आपका, लेकिन मुझे मखाने बड़े पसंद हैं.
Fried, roasted?
नहीं, plain salted.
अच्छा, simple से, जैसे हम लोग पॉपकॉर्न्स खा रहे होते हैं. Alright, great. And one actor जिससे आंचल मिलना चाहती है in life. ना? Okay, one author जिनको जयपुर लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल में आंचल मिलने के लिए she has that fangirl moment.
I'm interviewing him tomorrow actually. Yeah, Edmund Dewar.
Oh, so you have your fangirl moment tomorrow.
I mean, I know him well, but it is nice to always speak about his work because I respect him a lot.
Brilliant. It was lovely having the conversation.
So
I loved talking to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here
My
with us.
pleasure.